Hey everyone, you're listening to 4Player Podcast, a weekly live show about video games. We hope you'll stick around for another year of gaming discussion, fantasy critic hijinks, and of course, general shenanigans here at 4Player. Before we start this episode, we want to send a thank you out to everyone who listens and give a quick welcome to any newbies. I'll try to keep this short because this is, and always will be, an ad-free show. We've been at this since 2008, so if you like what we do, please subscribe and leave a review on your preferred podcast service. Join us in our Discord at discord.gg/4player, or, if you're so inclined, throw us a couple bucks a month on Patreon. We record these episodes live every Tuesday night on twitch.tv/4playerpodcast, all spelled out, and episodes hit podcast services on Friday morning. You can find all the links you need at 4playernetwork.com. But enough about that, let's get started. Welcome to 4Player Podcast. This is episode 851. It is October 10th, 2025. It's Friday. It's been a week.
Spooky,
so we haven't.
Nick. Spooky season.
We are in the middle, in the midst of spooky season officially. So,
Dude, hype, man. Are y'all excited?
No.
Yeah,
I went to pumpkin nights last night. Have y'all been to pumpkin nights before at Pioneer Farms? I guess it's more of a family thing. But I mean, you could go late when the weather's nice.
Yeah, we don't have families.
But I mean, when I say that, I mean like little kids. Like,
Yeah,
you take little kids.
It's lame, is what he means.
Is that
But
where
I
like
mean,
David
I
S.
mean,
Pumpkins
like if a
hangs out?
couple goes like really late at night, it's nice. I mean, it's like a trail of lights, but they're like pumpkins and cool pumpkin displays.
That is pretty
and,
cool. That is
like
pretty
it is neat, but
I would do that. It actually sounds pretty. That sounds pretty hype.
pretty
Actually,
there's fire dancers. They even have a haunted house
Ooh.
this year, like a little one that has no actors. It says, and they recommend for 12 and above. And I couldn't convince Henry to go in. He's like,
they
well,
have
I
no
can't go
actors.
in.
It's all real.
Henry was more like he was scared and he didn't want to go. And I was trying to like hype him up a little bit about going into the $10 bonus cost haunted house, whatever. And I think what made him not want to go more was the fact that he was under the age of 12. He cares more about like following the rules. Like he's got like more anxiety than I do as an 8-year-old.
He doesn't understand how flimsy and arbitrary our
exactly.
institutions
So he's like, what? I kind of don't want to go in because I'm scared, and two,
But they say I shouldn't go in because I'm too young.
yeah. So I'm like, whatever.
Which means I'll probably die.
Well, I was saying like, maybe next year, we could try. And he's like, no, Dad. Next year I'm 9.
Be 11.
So he's like, it's gonna have to be 5 years or whatever the fuck.
Wow, is that how math works?
I just want to go into the haunted house.
He'll care less about rules before that.
It had no human actors. That's what makes a haunted house scary.
You get one of those lanyards, the light up things they do at like Halloween Horror Nights now. Yeah. You can get a lanyard that's like, please don't scare
don't fuck
me.
with me. Yeah,
it's like, please
really
don't. yeah you will like walk around with, it's like lit up and everything so people can see
some
from
people
a mile
don't
away.
Some people don't like the awkwardness of interacting. It's like going to the Ren Fair,
Yeah.
like people don't like the awkwardness of interacting with an actor that's trying their best to do their thing in front of you, which I'm kind of with.
And then there's people who swing on the entire like opposite end of that spectrum who are like, yes, Daddy, interact with me so hard, like at the Ren Fair. I was gonna say last year at Halloween I went to Halloween Horror Nights. I think that was last year. I did like 12 haunted houses in one night, and that was pretty cool. But I didn't see any.
By the time you get to 11 or 12,
like
are you just like, oh,
dude, I was.
Oh my god! The actor that we thought we passed, the actor that we thought we passed, followed us and scared us from behind. Whoa! Revolutionary haunted house tech.
No, yeah, it was more of a spectacle than anything. But like, yeah, I think after that, I realized I was like, I think this like satisfied me, like as far as like. I don't feel like I ever really need to go to one of these haunted houses. And I think I hit my quota.
It's time to put away childish things.
What grossed me out was I went to like a haunted house with like on a work trip. Essentially, we were in San Antonio on a work trip, and we were like,
Yes.
after dinner one night, we were like, fuck it, let's just go to a haunted house. And I was like, okay, cool. A lot of most of the people are like a lot younger than me, and there's a couple people my age, but like I was in the back of the group, you know,
You drew the short
from
straw.
behind. And like the actors they would like just walk past me to scare the young lady in front of me, and I'm like,
you're not a choice
this,
target.
yeah, you're just making this weird.
You're low
making
hanging fruit, Brad.
Yeah, but it's
They've
like,
got to get
I'm in the back. You should at least be making an effort to scare me and not just go for the young ladies in front of me. This is just weird, and it kind of made the whole thing gross.
I think it's more about. I think it's more about, and I could be wrong because it could be gross the way you're describing it, but it's also like like being in the middle, like placing yourself in between the front and the back in a group of people just kind of implies that they're choosing to be there because like they want to be like insulated from the quote unquote scary shit.
They want to be untouchable.
So that's what makes them like those are the prime targets.
I think it was creepy dudes. I think that's what it was, and I paid there. I was there for scares, and like there's like a, like the mask comes off a little bit when they just walk past me like, hey, what's up, and then,
they think you work there.
Nah, shut up. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
You're big.
There's a few choice haunted houses here in Austin like that get like hyped up, I guess, for being like really fucking intense that I've still never gone to. Like, they always talk about like haunted house where you have to sign a waiver before you go in and shit. Yeah. I've still never been to one of those in Austin. I kind of want to.
I don't think they're in the city limits. I know what you're talking about. I don't think they have any of those kind in town. But
we can make our own horror movie by agreeing to go out into the middle of nowhere. Go to one of these haunted houses.
I did watch Halloween VHS on the topic of things that I guess that
I heard that was really bad.
It was fun. I mean, it was Halloween themed, which made it like automatically better than some other like low budget horror stuff because Halloween's a good setting for spooky stories that aren't, well, they're not really spooky. It had like a Season of the Witch energy, and I appreciate that because I'm a Halloween 3 Season of the Witch fan. But yeah, like any VHS one, there's like a couple that are kind of fun and then a couple that are like I probably didn't need to watch that, but generally had a pretty good time. Yeah.
I made a personal goal to try and watch 10 new horror movies this month. I set the bar a little lower because last time I was like, I'm going to watch 31 new horror movies in the month of October. And I made it to like 11. And I was like, damn, I didn't even come close. So I just lowered the bar. I'm trying to watch 10 new movies that I've never seen before this month.
I watched 2.
That you'd never seen? I watched The Ritual.
Oh,
yeah, I've seen that.
It's pretty good.
How are you budgeting your time, Nick? You have like 5 different games you're playing, and you're trying to watch 10 horror movies in the next 20 days.
This is not.
I'm trying to figure this
out. Nobody wants to hear me talk about. Nobody wants to hear me talking about budgeting my time because that was the wrong question.
Listen,
to ask.
He watched
Crispy,
all
what did you
Law
want?
and Order.
You want to know what horror movies?
Over.
You want to know what horror movies I watched? I finally saw Sinners for the first time.
Oh,
nice. Okay. That's a good movie.
That movie is fucking weird, really wild.
But
not
like
no,
in a good way.
It's great. It's really good. It's fucking wild. Some of the stuff they do with like the music and the audio tracks in that movie are fucking crazy. Like really cool.
And then there's that scene that everybody talks about with the like the dancing through time or whatever.
Yeah, I was
really
watching
cool.
it on TV and I realized like, oh, this was definitely supposed to be like an IMAX thing, huh? Like,
yeah,
because there's a lot of switching between like the 16:9 and the like IMAX format, and every time it happens, it's like, oh, like whoa, like real kind of like jarring. Yeah, I really like that. And then I watched The Monkey. Have you guys seen that movie?
I have seen The Monkey. Yeah,
That was pretty funny.
I watched it like a week and a half ago.
That was pretty good.
Is there a monkey in
I
it?
kind of like it. It was funny. Yeah, it's the
nice.
the wind up monkey that kills people.
Yep.
And
Based
I
on a
I
Stephen
don't know if I
King
mentioned
story.
it, but I thought the movie was fun. It was kind of like Final Destination-y in its like vibe, but also the monkey itself was real. It's a really good horror movie prop. I like that monkey.
Yeah.
The monkey's fun. I was watching it and I was like, "What? New England?" And this dude has like a twin brother, and they have dad issues. Like, what did Stephen King write this? And it is a Stephen King story.
It is
What is that
absolutely a
guy's
Stephen King.
fucking problem?
Dude, that guy. Yeah, you can kind of like, if you don't know what you're getting into and you watch a Stephen King, sometimes you can
He's
spot
so
it a mile
weird.
away.
He's so fucking weird.
Oh, this is not horror related, but I finally got to watch the end of Life of Chuck, which Brad, remember you
That's
were
right.
saying like, what if you
Yeah.
watch the end and it sucks? It
Huh.
didn't. It was a beautiful fucking movie, incredible. Go watch it. So sorry, we're getting a little off topic here, I suppose. We don't really have a topic yet. We haven't even talked about a video game yet. But I was like trying to make a list of horror movies to watch, and then I was like realizing, man, there's some like really glaring omissions of movies that I should be ashamed to say that I've never seen, that I should probably try to watch this month.
Who was he gonna say?
And then I mean, I feel like the one, oh man, this is embarrassing.
Yeah,
I have seen the scene, the important, the iconic moment, but I have never seen the entirety of Psycho in my life.
I mean, it is an older movie,
but like, it's still a pretty glaring omission considering Scream is like one of my favorite
mean the
movies of all
opening
time.
scene, right? Like, you like, are you not familiar with like the ending scene, or
I've seen the shower
twist?
scene. I don't even know where it happens in the context
It's
of
like
the film.
30 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, there's like another an hour after that.
Yeah, so I mean, I've seen Bog Noises in chat asking if I've seen a Hitchcock movie. I've seen The Birds. But I've never seen Psycho.
Rear Window, Vertigo.
Yeah, I know, but like, there's
Rear
a lot
Window's top 10 for me.
It is.
There's a lot of Hitchcock.
Rear Window, dude.
A lot of Hitchcock that I've never seen. A lot of horror movies that I've never seen, and it came to light because I was like, fuck, because we went to on Monday or Tuesday, we went to the Draft House for the Scream movie party, which was a lot of fun. And I was like, man, I fucking love this movie. It's like probably one of my favorite movies of all time. Still is. And I was like, fuck, I haven't seen Psycho, and that feels ridiculous. So I'm going to watch Psycho this month for the first time. But I forgot where I was going with this, but man.
Overglazed.
Oh, I also have never seen A Clockwork Orange.
Oh.
I don't know if that like count. Yeah. And I saw that pop up on a lot of like best horror movies of all time, and I was like, I never really thought of that. I guess as someone who's never seen it, I never looked at it as a horror movie. I know it has horror elements, but I was like, but everybody's putting it on these like lists of horror movies, and I was like, maybe I should fucking watch that this month.
Interesting choices, but like
these are definitely omissions. These are definitely
movies I know.
you should watch.
But they're not like the most Halloween-y vibes. But I mean, I don't know. I guess Psycho is, right?
Psycho is only super shameful to me because it is a major inspiration for one of my favorite movies of all time, and that seems like a pretty glaring omission to have not seen it.
If you want to be a horror fan and you are not at least familiar with Hitchcock's game, like his philosophy, his idea of like movie making, like I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. Like, what?
You're right.
What are you spending all your time watching? Like,
Law and Order SVU, baby.
But yeah,
clearly,
you should watch.
It's over. I finished.
I always try to watch like one old horror movie.
I made a list of like.
But I mean, like
probably
Universal horror, like old horror movie.
Yeah, I went through like Letterboxd and just added a bunch of horror movies that I'd never seen before to a list. And I was like, I'm just gonna like try and get through 10 of these in October.
I'm curious what else is on your list. You know, Carlos watches a lot of horror movies. His list would be worth peeping.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's why I was like trying to get people in Discord like give me recommendations and stuff. I haven't seen The Substance yet. I'm gonna try and watch that this month.
Also horror, but not like Halloween.
I know. Suspiria is on my list. I've never seen Suspiria.
Okay, I mean that's certainly a classic. Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
one?
there's
The 1971.
I mean
watch the 1971.
the original.
I don't know.
I mean,
I
I've
never
heard
watched the new one.
I've heard good things about the new one too, but it just seems kind of weird if I watched the new one and didn't watch the original at some point. But I also don't want to.
Is this where we find out that you actually watched the Gus Van Sant Psycho, starring Vince Vaughn?
No.
Oh, is that the one with Anne Heche?
I think
Anne
so.
Haitian?
And it's like
Yeah.
exact shot for shot.
Wait, who's
remake.
the
It's not even,
guy
like,
in that one?
a new interpretation? It's Vince
I have-
Vaughn plays
Vince
Norman
Vaughn,
Bates.
dude.
Yeah.
That's
I have
weird.
I have not seen the remake either. But I
also,
did.
Norman Bates, Anthony Perkins, his son is Osgood Perkins, the guy who
Yeah.
is
Who
kinda
made the
like
monkey?
on the fucking run
Well,
right now.
He didn't just
Wow.
make the monkey, but
He made
yeah.
Monkey
I
and
know.
he made Long Legs and he did
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't remember. But yeah, he's fucking
Blackcoat's Daughter. I Am the Pretty Thing Lives in the House.
I have not
Yeah.
seen the Black Coat's Daughter. Is that
I
good?
really like that movie. Gretel and Hansel. True. No,
Rather
I've seen most of his
shit.
movies, and I kind of like all of them.
Sweet. Well, if anybody
Carlos
has
has
any
put-
other recommendations,
Carlos has put up his letterbox in chat. He's reviewed 79 movies this year. And I'm just scrolling like, holy fuck, man.
well, don't leave us in suspense.
It's a hodgepodge of so many different fucking things. Like one minute you see like 5-star review for Superman, and then 5 stars for Sinners,
Well, 5
and then
stars to Superman?
3 stars for Venom: The Last Dance, and 1 star for Civil War.
You're
like-
doing the same thing to Carlos that you did to me. Everybody needs to leave people alone about their fucking letterbox.
To be fair,
but
you gave
he can-
Star Wars: A New Hope like less than 4 stars.
It's my.
Also-
Oh my god, I'm not going into this again.
Also, Carlos can take it. We can make fun of his list. It's fine.
Also, what is the
Oh, but-
Advent calendar? This looks bad.
He gave that 1 star, right?
Yeah.
He gave 28 Years Later 2.5 out of 5 stars. That's literally one of my favorite movies of the year.
Well, he did watch
Anyways.
79 movies. So.
He did watch 79 movies, but I'm talking specifically about like new movies that came out this year. He's watched a bunch of older stuff too. So
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, enough about this. Let's talk about video games. That is, in fact, what we're here to play. There will be stuff on the stream, I think, this month. Brad, you've been streaming some Silent Hill still, right?
Here and there, yeah.
Yeah. And once I finish Silksong, I'm gonna start playing Dying Light: The Beast, and I'm gonna do that on the stream. So look for some horror games on the stream. We'll talk about more horror games on the feed or on the podcast, shall I say, in the coming weeks. But for now, like I said, I kind of mentioned it briefly at the beginning of the episode, but it's a Friday. We didn't record on our usual night this week. It's been kind of a weird scheduling week. So let's play a little catch up. Let's talk about video games. I don't know where we want to start tonight. I feel like
People have been champing at the bit to hear about Final Fantasy Tactics, Nick.
Okay, Brad.
Let's get it out of the way for him.
Don't take this
for
the
me,
wrong
right?
way. Okay, fine.
No, it's
I don't
just
get-
funny. It's funny. This is why, Nick, when you said I'm going to play that, I was like, no, you're
No,
not.
I
just
want
didn't say
to
it out
play
loud.
that. If
Oh,
I was
you
if I
want
was
to.
talking about it, here's the thing: if I was talking about it, then I feel like people would want to hear about it because I've never touched it. You've been
Well,
talking about
but
Final
like-
Fantasy Tactics since the day we started this podcast in 2008.
I mean, kind of, but not really, actually. Because like
just
the
busting your
last
balls. Go ahead.
version of Final Fantasy Tactics to come out is like, the PSP, which I think I played that version before we even started podcasting. So like kind of not really.
I'm just busting your chops.
Also, I didn't talk about it last week because
You
had
actually
other
did.
games to talk about. No, I didn't.
you just
I- in
did.
my
You talked
in my
about it in your
4-player
4-player
minute.
minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know in your heart you want it to be relegated to a 4-player minute, Nick, but to some people this is the greatest game ever made. So I don't know. What do you want from me? I mean, to some extent, like you are right. Like it is a game that people know I like and I have been talking about for a long time. But You know,
Tell us about the Ivalice Chronicles, Brad.
I did convince Crispy to play it once, and he played through the whole fucking game because he's a real one.
It was pretty cool.
Unlike someone who says they want to play it. And Chris Davis bought it once, and you know, when he buys things,
I bought the original,
something.
and I've got the remake over here somewhere.
Oh, okay.
And he's going to get it off his shelf for some reason.
I don't actually care what he said.
It's in the other room.
Yeah.
Because I installed
in
it.
his trash can, probably.
I installed it.
It's in his trash can.
No, but you see what I'm saying. I once said, "Hey, Crispy, you should play this whole game," and he did.
Man,
I don't care
been
how many copies
gold.
Chris Davis and Nick buy, but that doesn't mean shit compared to what Crispy did, because it wasn't even like his genre. And he said, "You know what? I'll do you a solid and play your favorite game," and he did, and he finished.
You know why I didn't play it, Brad?
Because it's
because of shit like this, that's happening right here.
Shut up! You can't use like, oh, the spite reason is why I haven't played this beloved classic. Anyways, it is okay. So when this thing first got announced, I was like a little disappointed that it seemed like they were not putting in as much work as they did with Tactics Ogre Reborn, and that is true. That is true. Like, this is much closer to the original game. In fact, it doesn't even include the War of the Lions content,
which I've never quite understood how they could. They re-released the game, added a bunch of content, and now they're releasing it again without all the extra content they added in the last version of the game they made. It just seems,
but like it's also
like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or
sort of. Like it kind of depends on how you view. Like, they didn't add nothing from War of the Lions. Like, for example, this cutscene.
This is crazy.
It's beautiful.
This is a cutscene from War of the Lions that it doesn't even play when you get to this part of the game. But in the menus, like, they do a really good job of like chronicling all the information. They have like timelines, and you can rewatch scenes, and like, you know, they have all the thing is like in this nice new menu and stuff. Where you can,
all
like,
games did that shit.
Yeah, like they do a really good job of it, and it's crazy because in the scene, like you know, they have a breakdown of all the story moments, and you can like rewatch a scene, like a cutscene, like with the in-game characters. But like, there's an option to view movie, and I clicked view movie, and it was the cutscenes from the PSP version, but with the new script and the new voice acting, like they're completely. And they're even touched up. And it's crazy to me because they did that and they did not even put them in the game. They're hidden in the menu, which is crazy. Like, it's crazy.
But they gave that same treatment to like scenes that are actually in the game, right? Like in the
but like scenes with in-game graphics, like the original had. But like, why would you include these?
Wait, the War of the like these beautiful animated cutscenes are only the ones are only in the menu.
Yeah, and there's only like a couple dozen scenes or whatever, right? But you got to understand that like Final Fantasy Tactics is like a really like visually striking game, like for its time. But even now, right? Like, it has an art style that I think really holds up, and like the cutscenes are very Final Fantasy Tactics in general is very like kind of stage play, like Game of Thrones, right? I think they do cool things with like the framing of these scenes, and like I think the in-game like architecture is like super interesting and cool. Like I love that stuff, right? And like even the way they will turn, you know, just like you would when you're playing the game, like in turning the battlefield, they'll like use that to effect in like the actual like cutscenes in the in-game like engine, and like, you know, like somebody is listening to a conversation and you see that because of the way like the camera scene rotates and stuff. Like, they do cool stuff like that. Like, it's a visually interesting game in the cutscenes. But yeah, they created these animated scenes for the PSP version, and they retouched them, and let me be clear here, this game is fully voice acted with a completely new translation of the game that is somewhat in between like the original and like the War of the Lions version, which was very flowery, I suppose, or, you know, very purpley in its prose. But like this script is still a little bit closer to that. It's just not so so fancy, which I feel like is a good thing because I really like that translation, but like it didn't make sense for everybody in the story to be talking that way. And here it feels more like the people who should be talking that way are talking that way, and the people maybe who aren't to a slight. I mean, I don't know. In general, I think it's just a. I like this translation a lot. And it feels written for the spoken word, and they do a really good job with that. Um, and I think the voice acting has actually been extremely good. And it's not just like that the scenes are voice acted, but like they added like you're hearing voice acting like in battles and stuff. Like there's like little quips and stuff when like you're selecting units and when they're like moving and attacking and like dying. Like sometimes like a NPC will like have a dying thing that they say when they die. Like there's a lot
A
of
dying
like
declaration, if you will.
yeah, there's a lot of chattiness in this game in general, which I wasn't expecting. I thought it was just they were going to take all the dialogue and voice it, but no, there's a lot more going on, and I think it's really good, including the call outs. Like every now and then when you cast a spell or do like a holy night special skill or whatever, there's like a little like quote that they say, and like everyone voice acts those now, and it's so cool because those sayings are just so crazy, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Obviously, to some extent, this is nostalgia, right? It's literally my favorite game, and I love playing it, and I'm like super addicted to it. But like they did do a lot to modernize it, like a lot of the UI improvements, and quality of life things. Like this is an amazing version of the game that is now accessible to so many people, and it is a lot more work than like just a typical remaster. But what had been happening with Tactics Ogre between like the different releases is like basically a complete reworking of all the systems, so much so that like every version I've ever played of that game has felt like almost a completely different game. And this does not. This feels like Final Fantasy Tactics. It's very comfy. I am playing on Tactician, which is certainly harder. Like enemies deal a lot more damage and you do less damage to them. And I find myself like dying very quickly in battle, but like an individual unit in this game can be like built up to be so fucking powerful that it's like I am, it's crazy. Like I like a one summon spell can like take out 3 units or whatever at once, and it just feels really powerful because unlike Tactics Ogre, which has like tons and tons of units on the field, in Final Fantasy Tactics, it's like 5 of your dudes versus like 5 enemies, and that's it. So killing even one of those units, which can happen very quickly, it just so easily snowballs towards. I mean, it's not even snowball's not even like the analogy, right? Like you take out 2 of their units and like the match is over. You're just kind of like suddenly deciding
Cleaning up
how,
what's left.
or like the game becomes like, now let's think about how many job points I want for each of these classes as I like bat around the last couple of enemies because I need to get move +2 on my thief, So and to me that's what's so addictive about Final Fantasy Tactics. It's just there's so much customization, and it feels so fun to like combine these classes and their skill sets and abilities to make like god characters. And I like that the new difficulty is like pushing back a little to where I'm not falling, but like every time I play this game, it's like, and I've min-maxed it and played so much of it over the years. It's so hard to like fall into, well, like it would be stupid not to do the thing that you do with this character at this point, it. And I ended the last podcast by saying I wanted to do like some sort of challenge run or find something to make the game harder. And I'm not doing that. I'm playing it like I usually do, but like what's nice is that at least the game is pushing back a little more than it usually does, and that's nice. There's also like part of the quality of life is the ability, like they auto save. There's like 3 auto saves for like your last 3 turns in battle, and you could like easily just load those up. And I would never like reload to like, oh, I missed this unit, let me reload so I can hit it. Not like that. But there is like crazy stuff in Final Fantasy Tactics, like you can poach monsters to get like rare drops, but like the rare drop from that monster it has a very small chance of actually giving you the rare drop. So like you can reload if you don't get the rare carcass, because you get carcasses now from poaching enemies, which is nice. So like there are things that would require like a ton of time for like retrying battles. Like there's this insane thing in the game called move. It used to be called move find item. I think now the skill is called treasure hunter, where if you have this ability equipped and you happen to step on a square on the battlefield that has an item, you then pick the item up off the ground and it's yours. And for most of the game, it's just like you can find potions and stuff and occasional equipment that is, worse than what they're even selling in the shop, right? But when you get to the end game and like the post game and like the deep dungeon and there's like ultra rare items that can be found in certain squares of like the final like dungeon, or like the final optional dungeon, like the hard dungeon, right? And but like these squares, if you
Can you
step
tell
on
which
them,
squares they are?
no. I mean, but like you knew from like playing and from guides and stuff back in the day. But here's the crazy part, right? There can be a single rare item that only exists one in the game on a single square in a super hard dungeon. And if you stand on that square and you get the regular drop instead of the rare drop, that rare item is now gone forever. That was your only chance to get that rare item in the game. And if you didn't roll the rare version of stepping on that square, that was your only chance to get that rare item. So you basically had to reload a battle over and over and over again to step on that square and actually get like the the 1 in 5 chance that it's the rare item or whatever. Um and it was maddening, right? It was maddening because you wanted the rare
And this
drop,
version
because
makes that easier.
it makes that easier because now you can if you don't end a turn, it doesn't like save a new autosave, so you can like reload. You can move to the square, pick up the item. It's not the rare drop. Just load it again without starting the battle over again. So there's insane stuff like that you have to waste so much time trying to get, that now you can make that stuff easier, which is nice. So it's not like you're abusing the systems, you're just making them less insane. So I'm kind of excited to get to that stuff because there are a lot of like really rare, powerful things in this game. But I do wish it was a little more balanced. For like Tactics Ogre Reborn was a game that they made. They're like, you know what? You can't. Your entire army is stuck at level 19 until you like finish chapter 3, and every single story battle you get into is going to be higher level than you, and you literally there's nothing you can do to grind to make your units more powerful than what they are right now. And but it
That's super
made
dumb.
the game hard, and you had to like think tactically to overcome the challenge, and it was fucking hard at times, and I love that for it because
You
I've
like
never.
that?
Yeah,
Oh.
because it forced
Oh,
me
that's
to like.
you said that. That
it-
sounded very negative to me. I
no,
was
no,
like,
no,
"Oh."
no, no, no. But that's what I'm saying. Like no longer could I just steamroll a battle by making overpowered characters like you can in Final Fantasy Tactics, right? And Tactics Ogre, you had to be like, okay, I'm at a level cap. I'm gonna have to really think to get through this boss battle because it's fucking hard. And that was nice. That was nice because, these games are famous for like steamrolling if you put in the time, and you couldn't in that game. And I love that for it. Because really what I wanted was my favorite game to be like this new crazy challenge, but I know this game too well, and there's nothing it can do. That the only thing that's going to stop me is me, right? And I don't. It goes against everything in my soul to like play that way. So yeah, I'm gonna make some broken shit. I'm eventually gonna make an arithmetician, and I'm not gonna use my arithmetic abilities on the arithmetician because that class sucks. I'm gonna turn him back into a black mage after I learn all the arithmetics.
Okay, buddy. Okay, nerd. Calm down. This is
Arithmetics.
No, like there's like in the
It's called
back in the
math.
day they called the class the calculator. It was called the calculator back in the day, but they call it the arithmetician now, which is probably better. Which literally was just like you would have like, okay, let me take what do I want? What do I want? Do I want to take like the hit point values, or like the levels, or the heights that all the enemies are, or enemies and good units are, And how about we'll do even numbers, or we'll do all prime numbers. Let's target all of them. And you're picking like different parameters and saying, I want to cast holy on every single thing that fits into that numerical formula that I just created. And then all of a sudden you wipe out the entire battlefield because you found some numerical combination that targets absolutely everyone, except your units equip shields that absorb holy instead of take damage from holy. So you've wiped out the entire battlefield on turn 1 and the battle's over. All because the arithmetician. This shit was so goated, man.
All because I paid attention in math class. Fuck.
Exactly.
Should have called him just
Prime number
a
is not actually a
mathematician.
good skill.
Mathematician.
But like you understand, it's so fucking funny, dude. Because like the way it works in tactics is like the best skills cost a lot of job points, right? And like the worst skills cost very little, like 100 job points, right? But if you want to like use dual swords, you got to spend 999 job points. But if I remember correctly, that just means like even was like a shit ton of job points versus like prime numbers, which is like cost hardly any job points, because targeting all prime numbers is not all that interesting. It's hardly any, but whatever. Continue. Let's move on. Final Fantasy Tactics.
Hey, you know what?
The best game of all time. This is a great version to play. Buy it.
Yeah, buy it. Somebody in this family, buy it on Steam.
That's the thing. I ended up buying
it
on Switch too, because that's kind of the one I usually have with me these days. I regret it because there's already mods out there. And I thought it was going to take a longer for like interesting mods to become available, especially like the big, huge total conversion mods. But there's already been some like interesting, like quality of life changes, or just like some aesthetic things, like the death cries from the original game, like the echoey, like someone like put those back into the game. And those are great. I really love those. So I kind of regret playing on Switch.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the Nexus page for Final Fantasy Tactics right now. So,
what I decided is I'm just gonna wait till like the really like mega mods, like total conversion shit makes it into this version of the game, and that way I'll just replay it on my Steam Deck or whatever. But it'll be a while before the big stuff shows up.
I did say I want to play this, and look, Silk Song is like still like I cannot put down Silk Song until it's over, or I'm fucking myself. You know what I mean? Like I can't. That's not a game you just walk away from for like a month and then come back to.
Yeah, no, you're
so
right.
I'm finishing that, and I've already I've budgeted my October, and I bought those games. But if somebody were to pick up Final Fantasy Tactics on Steam,
you were supposed
and
to
I
buy
finished
it,
Silk Song,
what about Hades 2?
I bought Hades 2. I bought Ghost of Yotei. And I didn't have to buy Dying Light. So that was nice. But I feel like I've
Hades 2?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Dude, I have 8 games in the queue. 8 games that are bought and paid for that I'm super excited to play. I wish Tactics was one of those. I would love to play Tactics. In fact, I would like if Silk Song wasn't taking up so much of my time, that would easily actually Hades 2 would be a pretty big. I'm still a little iffy on Hades 2 playing it on my Steam Deck because I feel like it's so. I mean, a lot of people play it portably though, right?
No, dude, it is absolutely designed for hand. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
Don't. Supergiant's got you, bro. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm playing it on my Switch too. I mean, I play a lot on my TV, but when I switch to handheld, it's completely adequate. Like everything is scaled for handheld as well.
I was gonna say like Tactics would easily be my next like handheld focus after I finish Silk Song, but nobody's bought it yet, and 2, I already have Hades 2 lined up, so that's probably what's gonna take precedent. But anyways,
I
that's
don't actually care if you play Tactics, but like it would be cool if you did. But look,
I want to because it's been one of those games that's been like kind of.
I mean, if you actually like
for a long time.
Game of Thrones and stuff like that, it's pretty sick.
It's not really your flavor. Oh my god, Crispy! That's your trailer.
Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Is that what you're gonna talk about?
Oh,
dude,
so good.
Oh, but did you know it's 6 30-minute episodes?
Oh, that's
what?
Good. No, I'm into that. I'm into
it's
that.
6
dude.
30-minute episodes, And the first season's probably all the tourney at Ashford Meadow.
Yeah. But hey, it's the
which is
hedge
a
knight,
fucking
right?
6-star. It's a hedge knight. It looks great. Oh, they showed fucking Too Tall Tanzel with her like dragon puppet, and I was like, that looks crazy.
Dude.
Like
Everyone looks cool. I mean, I'm excited.
Oh, the Laughing Storm. Oh my god.
I am listening to A Feast for Crows right now.
That
Are you
can't be
really?
true.
Yeah.
That can't be true. What do you
What do you
listen
mean
to
that
like a
can't-
minute a day?
What, you like you want?
No,
Yeah, you listen to it.
it took
like-
me a year of listening to the audiobook to get through book 3.
That is a crazy thing to say
That
for
is
the
a lot.
audiobook. Like people I've heard people say that for like actually reading books, but like the audiobook you just put it on and listen.
I know, but I'm also like, look, bitch.
I mean, it does
I
the
don't-
work.
I know, but I only listen to audiobooks when I'm like at work, going on walks,
Okay, that's
or
fair.
driving.
Feast for Crows. So you're getting Cersei chapters for the first time, right?
Yes.
Cersei's
Okay.
losing her fucking shit.
Feels a little gross. Crispy, I asked you this, and I think you missed the question, or maybe I missed your answer. I don't know in
What?
Discord. Because remember, book 3 ended with the introduction of Lady Stoneheart, right?
You
Do I
should
remember
set the
you
lid.
telling me? Do I remember you telling me that she doesn't come up again until book 5?
She
Book 6, bro?
Shut up!
I mean,
Shut the
really.
fuck up!
There's only like one other scene you're gonna see her in, and I don't.
Are
We're
you
still
kidding
waiting.
me?
We're still waiting, Nick.
Dude,
We're
we don't
waiting.
know. Yeah, we don't know what's up with like you don't understand. By the time the books stop, it's like he kind of put all the pieces where they need to be. But like nothing's happened. Like
Jon Snow is dead.
Jon Snow like died. Jon Snow's dead.
He's
Like
dead. We're waiting.
the
We're waiting for
last
the
thing
next
we saw
book,
from
Nick.
Daenerys. The last thing we saw from Daenerys was her leaving fucking Marine on Drogon, being lost in the woods for like a month, and then a bunch of Dothrakis ride up on her. And like that's it. We don't know what's going on there. I mean, we saw in the show what they decided.
What the fan fiction
which
says
was
happened.
just
Yeah.
fucking weird.
Tyrion got pulled
But-
under the water, man.
But that whole idea that like the Dothraki would be looking for her to return her to the Dosh Khaleen, like, is legit. Like that is probably what is going on. Is that they're gonna try to like
Dude, fuck.
imprison her.
Oh my god. I like was I was listening to book 3, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited to get to Lady Stoneheart, and now you tell me there's only one more scene. Like my
I
heart
mean,
is
it's
just
pretty big. Like it's a pretty important scene, but
that's good.
yeah, it's
At
like
least.
it's like you don't even know, like, you know, when we talk about the later seasons of Game of Thrones like kind of sucking, and like my biggest complaint was always that like it just feels like they've cut all the threads and they've like tied everything up into like 3 story threads and that's it. Dude,
Ultra simplification.
yeah, you have no idea how many different hanging threads there are from the books. Like there are so many questions that people have, and none of them, hardly any of them, have anything to do with like show characters. You know?
Yeah.
Like there are multiple stories happening that are like way more interesting than whatever is going on with Dany or the Starks or whatever. Like that you start seeing snippets of and you start like getting immersed in. Book 4 is my favorite because of that. Book 4 is like the most just like what's going on in the rest of Westeros right now, and it's fucking wild. Like
I believe everything you're saying. I'm just like, it's been 13 years.
yeah, Nick, I don't know. Like that's I don't know.
I'm going for the ride. I'm listening.
some
I'm going
art, yeah, I don't know, man. Like some art is abandoned and not completed, and it hurts. But like what you choose to do with that hurt and that longing and that pain is what's important. I mean, it's like there's still so much good. Like, he got 5 fucking books, right? Even if he doesn't make another one, he got 5 good books out, and I do think they're good. Like, they are good.
Oh, I have no doubt they're
fun.
good. Dude, I had that. I think I've told this story briefly, but like I was listening. I think it was right after I finished listening to book 2, and I was like, "Fuck, man, these audiobooks too. Just like the listening experience on the audiobook is so fucking good. This is amazing."
Dude,
and if he doesn't,
yeah.
and if like I literally had this thought to myself, like, if he doesn't hurry up and finish these books, this narrator is going to pass away before he even had a chance to listen.
He was already dead for like 10
and he was
years.
already like long dead.
Yeah.
At the time I had
Yeah.
this thought, I was like, "Oh my
You know what's crazy
fucking
though?
God."
Like, it's even been so long since the show that I'm like forgetting some of the scenes in the show that like disappointed me, but I remember like the book moments, like the fighting pit, like Daenerys in the fighting pit in like book 5. I'm like, I was like, when I read the book, I was like, oh, that's so
that
crazy.
whole scene of the gladiatorial fights, and like when everything starts popping off, and you're like, oh my god, why is Strong Belwas vomiting?
Yes,
Strong like, who's stabbing people over there? And then like Drogon shows up, and you're like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
I don't even remember what that was like in the show. I just remember that I was very disappointed.
It's bad.
But I'm glad. I forgot, and I just have book memories.
Hey, look, I'm going for the ride. I'm listening to book 4 right now. To answer your question about why it takes me so long, I am also.
He only listens when he pees.
No. I am also in a book club at work, so I'm like spending a lot of time trying to keep up with that and listening to other audiobooks.
Reading Law & Order SVU.
Yes, we're reading Law & Order SVU.
They're reading the Encyclopedia Britannica.
There are 800 books. No, yeah. I'm just saying. I'm juggling a lot of books, and I don't listen as much. Let me tell you this,
Nick. Let me tell you.
If I had like an hour commute, then it'd be a different story, probably.
This Game of Thrones show that's coming up in January, this Night of the Seven Kingdoms, based on the Tales of Dunk and Egg, that shit is maybe legitimately my favorite part of Game of Thrones. Like this, like the Tales of Dunk and Egg are so good. It's everything that's really cool about Game of Thrones, but like just the politics, none of the like weird magic stuff. It's just like the politics of the kingdom, and like everything is from this really like low down to earth, like you're seeing everything from like the common folk view, and it's really good. Like, it's fucking sick.
And like it's good in a way that I think anybody can and probably will enjoy this, in a way that House of the Dragon is very intimidating and feels like a lot. I think for someone maybe
I'm really enjoying that show too.
House of the Dragon is pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, but it's different.
I liked it a lot more than the last few seasons of Game of Thrones, for sure.
Have we ever got Chris Davis to admit in writing that he doesn't like fantasy stuff? Because he just did in chat.
I've said this hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought this was one of those things. I thought this was one of those things that you deny openly, and that Brad chastises you for
honest
and
with
accuses you
himself,
of.
Nick.
What does that mean? Why do I feel attacked? Fucking hate you. Fucking hate you.
He's not trying to have it all, Nick.
I did not see
I'm trying.
the entirety of the Lord of the Rings trilogy from start to finish until like 5-10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say,
able to buy it.
Of the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah, I was about to be like,
what do
I was
you
about
mean?
to be.
I loved Lord of the Rings before I even liked fantasy. Like, that shit's so good.
My goodness. Yeah.
I
try, variety is the spice of life. I'm trying to have everything. I'm failing.
That's true.
But God damn it.
I think it's about understanding that there's enough magic and treasure in the world that you can live a full, happy, like satisfied life without having to experience absolutely everything. Like, that's impossible. So don't hold yourself to that standard.
Don't fill your life with Ubisoft style checklist games.
Shut the fuck up,
like
Brad.
Ghost of
Speaking of which,
Yotei.
I was like, here comes the Yotei transition. Let's talk about Ghost of Yotei a little bit. And Chris Davis, you have you have played like roughly 12 hours of this game. Holy shit, this footage is dark.
Yeah, I tried to record an HDR and it would just decide to be in the middle of the night when it happened. So like, fuck.
We're
Yeah.
still
trying
to
to
calibrate
actually
that.
hide the art from this game because
because it looks so ugly.
well, they fired one of the artists because for reasons. So
Because
we're
the main
paying
character
our
wasn't
respects
sexy
by
enough.
no, because of a Charlie Kirk joke. But
Oh,
my God.
yeah. So this
I
very
forgot
beautiful,
about
visually
that.
beautiful game that we're talking about tonight, just know that one of the artists were fired for a joke.
Yeah, but do they know that their main actor is Antifa?
Tifa?
Antifa?
No, isn't Tifa. Oh, Antifa.
I hear she's the president of Antifa.
Yeah.
Because it's very clearly an actual organization. Never
This
mind.
poor
Let's move
woman.
on.
This poor
This
woman.
poor. Hey,
Yeah.
let's talk
Eric,
about the
She
game
was
at hand
in
here.
Dragon Age. Okay, so she like this, right? Right?
Yeah.
The actress who plays
Erica Ishii, yeah.
she was in Dragon Age, man. Like this poor woman. Just
Yeah.
Which character was she in Dragon Age?
like she was the main character, or she was one of the main
female
characters.
Oh,
Rook.
She was
Or-
Rook, the female Rook.
oh, then
the
she.
lady
Oh
Rook.
shit.
Yeah, she has gotten so much shit, like just from existing in this industry. This is probably like just she's probably used to it at this point. My God,
Yeah.
horrible.
Well, so far she's a really good character. I'm really enjoying.
I like
time
her a
with
lot.
Ghost of Yotei. I really. There's so many things that I really like for this game that I'm not certain exactly where to start. But where I would start is that this game wants you to take like the core path of Tsushima's like progression systems, and instead of making you wait dozens of hours to experience every one of those items, you have most of them off the start of the bat. You have your
Wait,
your,
like what are you referring to?
like
Oh, you
your
mean
grappling
like
hook, for
basic...
example. I mean, basic
Yeah.
traversal, but things like that. It no longer kind of directs you to go on a honor-bound confrontational or a stealth-based, assault way of going about fighting the enemy. It just encourages you to approach any situation as you see fit. And that feels pretty good in retrospect, because a lot of Tsushima, like especially the first like 10, 20 hours of the game, was here's a village, go there, do it this way.
Yeah, it's kind of letting you off the leash a little bit, which at least so far, and I am not that far either. I still feel like I'm more or less in the like what I would call like the prologue of the game, even though it's not necessarily accurate. But I do already get that sense of like feeling like I'm not feeling as much pressure to play the game in a certain way. It's teaching me all the different ways to tackle a situation, but I have not yet found a scenario in which it's like the only way I'm going to be able to pull this off is if I do it stealthily.
And it's also quicker to like, increase the level of threat. So the core loop of the game is that you're alsoo, you're out to avenge your parents who were killed when you were a teenager. You're hunting down the Yotei 6, and unlike Ghost of Tsushima, which was kind of like a linear narrative, like slow drive up north up Tsushima, it's a hub and spoke world here where you have to interact with the world, get clues about your targets, and then eventually you can go to those areas in a hub and spoke fashion to go explore a smaller version of the world of the central area.
It's a bit more organic in that sense. It's
Yes.
like it's like these targets that you're trying to take out are somewhere out in this world. You are going to find them by interacting with people and going to places and doing side quests and stuff and learning more about the world around you, which is pretty nice. Like I was like literally like just walking down a trail and I saw like a small group of people walking by, and I was like, At first I assumed it was just like a merchant or something that I could like buy items from or whatever. So I walked up and talked to him, and it turns out they had like dialogue, and then you had an option to like, I'm gonna ask them about the Yotei 6, see what they know, and then she just told me this random piece of information about one of the members of the Yotei 6, which was like a clue as to where I might look for more about her. And then I was like, okay, this is, instead of telling you explicitly where she is, it was just like, well, I heard they're really fond of this place or this thing or whatever. And then it's like, okay, well then maybe I should go check out that area and see where it takes me next. And you can tackle like, at this point I'm also running around the world feeling like it's almost too open at this point. I'm just like, my hand is not being held as tightly as it was in Tsushima. So I'm just kind of like, every time it kind of like lets me go, I'm like, well, where the fuck should I go? But everywhere I go, I find something, which I think is
Some
important.
haikus, bro. Go find some haikus.
I have not done any haikus yet.
There
but
are
I have
no
found,
haikus
like,
in the game. There are no haikus.
What?
Atsu has her
haikus.
own thing. Instead of
Can I
doing
get a limerick or
haikus,
something?
she paints landscapes. So you'll take your controller and you swipe across the touchpad in directional areas to do strokes of her brush against the canvas. And it's kind of cool. Yeah,
I got to draw a heron with my finger.
This game is not offensive, right?
Offensive? No, I don't think
Okay.
so.
I mean, whatever.
It seems like you're trying to find a way to like make it offensive, like right off the bat. Like, what? Have you heard anybody say it's offensive?
No, I don't know. I'm asking.
Was the first game considered offensive?
Well, no. I mean, like I'm saying, like you're finding haikus, really. But I mean, is this whatever? It's fine.
Also,
I don't know which.
I roll my eyes at that stuff a little bit, but whatever. Look,
another strong. This
is
a part I really like about Yotei is that she has a second mechanic to her character in which she inherited from her mother's shamisen. It's basically a Japanese guitar, and that's incorporated directly into wind controls and exploration. So as you explore the map, you're learning new songs to play, new pieces. And that in turn directs the wind towards new things to find, like hot springs or vanity items, things like that. You literally are a Wind Waker with your shamisen, discovering items in the world, which is kind of cool.
Wasn't there something like that in the first game? Like, didn't you have a flute or something?
There was, but it was not nearly as played up as this.
It wasn't as
big of a component.
Yeah.
It was like a mini game thing, right? Like the haikus.
Yeah, and the wind. I have not played with the guitar as much as Chris Davis has, apparently. So I'm still kind of like trying to feel out like what its significance is in terms of mechanics or whatnot, because you can, when you like stop at a campsite, you can like choose to cook food, which will give you like random stat boosts and bonuses and perks that last for 24 hours. Or you can cook, or you can like sleep or whatever. But you can play the guitar. I haven't really done much of it yet. It'll start conversations with random people that sit at your camp and stuff, which is also kind of nice.
Yeah, it's cool how you'll just set up camp somewhere, and sometimes on a random trigger, like an NPC will show up, and it could be a hostile one. It could be like a merchant that wants to sell you stuff. It could just be a guy that can provide you hints about finding the Yotei 6. Like it's random things, and it feels cool to.
And it doesn't always happen
time.
too, which is nice.
No, it doesn't.
You know what the weirdest thing about this game to me is, and I don't recall this being a mechanic in the first game, but like when you get on your horse,
to
ride around the world, the camera pulls way back, which is nice, but like you literally like all over the world, there's like paths of like patches of white flowers, and when you run through the white flowers, it gives you a boost, so you start running faster. So it starts to feel like you're playing like a racing game, trying to hit those speed boosts and stuff, like in Mario Kart or something, which is a little strange because I find myself like it's like just drawing my attention to the fact that like all these random like white flower fields are arranged in such a way that it feels like a racetrack.
Yeah,
which
it's a
is
new mechanic, but
kind of
to,
odd.
To go along with that, by the way, when you are on horseback and you pick up like an item in the world, like a flower or a bamboo or something like that, it also gives you a speed boost. So it actively encourages you to hunt for resources when there are no flower paths to accelerate your horse, which is cool.
It's got cool bounties. Bounty hunting is the thing, which is
That
like,
is a really big thing in this. Really, that's how you get most of your money in the game.
Money and really interesting side quests and side characters and stories that get introduced through those bounties. You're also the source of bounty. Like when you go to the bounty board, you are one of the bounties.
Yes.
And I'm still trying to figure out, like, you're wandering around the world and you can find posters that are for you. And I'm like, am I just supposed to be tearing these down?
No. Okay, so let me explain this. I think Brad will think this is actually pretty cool. This organically happens the more stuff you do in the game. Your bounty and the description of you becomes more accurate. So you'll start finding more potential encounters.
The bounty listed for me was total bullshit. It said I poisoned the first member of the snake, the first member of the Yotei 6. I was like, I did no such thing. I'm not a bitch.
Yeah. But as you progress, like, it becomes more accurate, more reflects you better. There's a higher bounty, which encourages more people to come after you. And when you may not have noticed this, Nick, but when you actually find one of your bounty posters and you take it, it completely refills your spirit.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, so it's like a boost to your character when you see, oh, I'm worth a little bit more this time. Haha.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
I still can't believe, Brad, you only played like a little bit of the first game.
Oh, I played the first island or whatever, which is not a little bit necessarily. I did.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good chunk.
Most of the stuff. I mean, and I enjoyed it, but it's not really my style of game, I suppose.
That's fair. I mean, I've said this a lot of times about many other games, and this I feel like is another example of this in terms of like within the gaming industry is kind of the opposite of like films in a lot of ways, because like the first sequel to in a series in like video games is oftentimes like looked is like a huge improvement, largely because they finally get like the budget and the support they need because they've proven themselves and stuff. And I feel like this is another example of that. This feels like like a pretty substantial step forward, and it feels less handholdy. It feels, so far anyways, to me, I'm not getting those like checklisty vibes that you might associate with a game like this, because it does feel very organic. I'm not spending a lot of time in menus unless it's to like upgrade my character or change my outfits and stuff. I'm not spending a lot of time like looking at the map deciding where to go, because it's like you can literally find shit everywhere.
It feels like this game was specifically designed for people that played Tsushima. Like, they're expecting you to have some inherent knowledge from the first game. So like, even from the tutorials perspective, it's like it's showing you very basic stuff at the beginning of combat and when you first encounter things in a menu. But other than that, like, it's not training you. Like, it's just letting you go and figure it out.
Oh, and there's also like several, like, when you find like important places in the map, you can trigger memories, and it'll literally let you like hold down like the touchpad until like it organically switches to like a flashback when you're like 10 years old or something, and you do a bunch of stuff in the story from when you're 10 years old, and it usually leads you to another place, and then it flashes back, and then you're back into your like present day or whatever, but you've moved to a different part of the map, and you can see like the progression. Like, I did a thing last night where I found I found this tree that had fallen over, and it reminded me of something where I was like chasing a rabbit when I was a child. So I flashed back as a child, and then I was like chasing this rabbit through this field, and I went up a hill under this thing, and there was this like old well, and then it's like you and your brother, and you're talking about how you think the well is haunted and all this stuff, and you were like trying to like you thought there was something buried under the well, and then someone like interrupted you, and you ran off scared or whatever, and then it like flashes back all of a sudden to present day, and you're standing in front of that same well, but it's now overgrown with like vines and shit, so you can tell like a bunch of time has passed, but like it's giving you that knowledge like, oh, I wonder if that thing that I thought was under the well is still here, so you can like dig it out. So like kind of like leading you to places and guiding you to things that like in a lot of cases equipment, gear, stuff that's actually useful in combat and stuff, like in these like really kind of story driven organic ways, which I think is kind of nice.
And not to mention that just that, but like the way it's pathing you towards activities, it feels like, especially in some areas in like the first, like the grasslands, it wants to cluster activities together almost organically. Like you'll follow a golden bird towards a nest that has an item for you, which happens to be like a couple trees over from a fox den. And then once you complete the fox activity, there's an alternate path in the opposite direction from that destination that leads me to a small enemy encampment where I can rescue some hostages and things like that. It flows interestingly. It's really good.
I mean, I think the first game did that pretty well too. But yeah, it's designed in such a way to like never let you get to a point where it's like, I don't know what to do, or I don't have any, there's nothing I can be doing. It literally is one of those games we talk about a lot where you're like, you kind of get into a rhythm and you're like, well, I want to do this, and this, and I found this thing, and then that leads you to another thing. And then you realize, fuck, it's been like way longer than I had anticipated. And I don't want to put the controller down because I'm doing all these things. I'm making a lot of progress. And I like that. And just generally speaking, I'm finding the story a little bit more engaged. I know there's been some conversation about like PlayStation exclusives and being another game about like the nature of revenge or whatever. And that's true, I suppose. This does feel very like on brand, I think, for PlayStation, because everyone talks about like God of War and The Last of Us, and this is definitely like the first game was kind of unique in that it was like trying to take your island back from these invaders, which was
Mongols.
which was a cool like driving force in this game. But this is a bit more straightforward in terms of like
straight ass revenge
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a revenge story, but it's actually it's done really well. So I don't find that to be something. It's one of those games, Crispy, that leans into a trope that I really like. You know what I mean? It does the tropey thing.
Yeah. Another cool thing I like is the cartography in this game. So in Tsushima, you had a general map that you kind of explored, and you could go to merchants to upgrade your map and see more things. Well, the same general mechanic is here, but instead of just like giving you like a region's map of activities to do, you're given fragments of a map, of the overall map. And then to find out where those things actually are, you overlay the fragments on your main map to find out exactly where that thing is.
You have to use geographic landmarks to like fit your fragment into the existing map as like a puzzle piece. So you're like looking at like, you could see like a river cuts through this fragment and that has this like unique like Y shape or whatever. So you have to like try and find that river on the map and then like place it just right so it lines up. And once you do that, then it like unlocks, okay, you'll find this stuff in this area. So, little things like that are nice.
I think
and you can really pull. This is totally coming out of left field, I suppose. But like, I also love you can be disarmed, or you can disarm enemies in combat, and then you can like grab their swords or their weapons out of the ground and like launch them at people.
Yes,
and that is very satisfying.
Oh, not just that. Like, there's a whole disarmament system now, but the enemy weapons that you can find that just in the previous games were just like uninteractable objects on like the ground or whatever. You can use that to break your enemy's defense, break shields, things like that. Like, there's so many. It feels like, even though I'm only a dozen hours in, there's so many more options for combat than there ever were in the first game. Like, I only have another primary weapon, but they have this disarmament mechanic that enemies can pull off on you to knock your weapon out of your hand, and then they get more aggressive at you and come after you until you retrieve your weapon.
So you have to like circle around and try to avoid their attacks while trying to grab your weapon back up off the ground.
Yeah, it's no longer
so
a question
it
of,
encourages
like,
you to get really good at
stances.
parrying.
Yeah,
It encourages you to get really good at parrying and riposting and stuff,
Yeah.
which is pretty par for the course for this genre. But like it means if you don't get good at those things, you're going to have a rough time because you're going to be continuously disarmed in combat, which is
absolutely. But like they swapped out like the stance system from Tsushima for new weapon types. So I now have a Yari, which is basically a bladed staff, which is cool. And they've already done like a bunch of different weapons trailers showing off all the different things you can collect in the game. And I can't wait to explore.
Yeah, I've barely scratched the surface. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a long way to go in this game, but it's striking all the right chords, and it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not news to anybody. That first game was gorgeous. This game's gorgeous. And I'm looking forward to playing more of it, but I still got a lot of Silksong to play.
True or false, Nick, you have taken no less than 100 photos at this point.
I have not actually taken many photos yet.
Because that photo mechanic is like, I'm just saying, that photo mechanic is perfectly set up to encourage stopping like every 20 minutes to take pictures.
Oh, believe me,
Y'all
I will.
Done the shampoo style music mode or whatever is in there. Mode? Yeah, Watanabe.
No,
mode.
Is that what it's called? I didn't know which one it was, because it gives you the option in the settings menu to switch to Kurosawa mode and like 4 other ones. So no, I haven't tried that. I will try that. I am curious about that.
I've heard it's really good. I haven't tried it myself.
Oh, what are y'all doing?
The bass music is really fucking good. Like, it just works.
Oh, is it? Yo,
it
link
is.
me a track.
There is.
Link me a track.
When you
I already know what it sounds like.
When you go on
fucking Sucker Punch's 4th grade knowledge of feudal Japan, haikus and shit. I know exactly what that music sounds like.
Bitch, shut the fuck up for a second. Okay? When you find a wolf den and you chase after it to go on its little mini quest, the music fucking picks up, and you got the shamisen playing, and it's playing the orchestral rising going along with it as you're going through this chase sequence.
The orchestral rising
ain't gonna impress Brad.
It's not.
This is not what Brad wants to hear, but
no, of course it's not.
Man. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's a good soundtrack, but
it is.
We'll try out your Watanabe mode, Brad, and report back. But
no, Wall Carl, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm worried that Sucker Punch's take on it is gonna be exactly what I think.
That seems unfair to me, Brad, because it like that first game especially.
I'm saying this based on what I played in the first game, which
I think is
a well put together, polished game, but it is still like a.
I think it's crazy.
Okay,
but whatever.
I mean,
you're crazy, man.
I don't think it's crazy. I
think you're wrong.
Anyways,
I think you're wrong, and
we'll talk about it.
The reason I'm easing up is because I hear this was a very like popular and respected game in Japan, so I guess they nailed some aspects.
Oh, by the way, fire propagates now.
Yes,
which I found that out the hard way the other day, because it didn't do that in the first game, if I recall. And I was sneaking through some grass, and somebody lobbed a thing of like an exploding fireball into the grass, and suddenly I was on fire, and the whole field I was in was on fire. And it's
which direction did you go in when you decided to go after one of the Yotei 6?
Oh, I remember somebody in our Discord, I don't remember who it was. Somebody in our Discord said that they've been playing this game for 30 hours and they still have only taken out one of the Yotei 6. So like,
well, you literally kill one of the Yotei 6 in the prologue. So
exactly. Like, so it is very Prince of the Universe seems to think it was him. So it's very possible to play this game for a very long time before finding yourself in the path of one of the other Yotei 6. So like
Okay, then
that's
do me
kind
a
of how I
favor.
intend to play.
Then
I'm
do me a
not
favor.
going to be like aiming in any direction and going for it. I'm trying to do this as organically as possible,
I
and that's
understand
the
that.
experience I want to have and see.
Yeah.
You know, so who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
I just want you to try something for me. Don't take the north path. I'm trying that. Try going in any other direction, because I think it's all viable. It
Bitch,
just
I
depends
go
on
where
how
the
you want to go.
I go where the wind takes me, but I'll try to avoid the north path.
I'm just saying there's a critical story moment that happens if you go north that I want to see if it's organically repeated when you go in the other directions for the first time.
half the time I don't know what direction I'm going in, but I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, showdowns like standoffs or what do you call them?
Awesome.
They're still badass. They're still
Oh, and
they're
when
still
you have the
fucking
wolf
awesome.
with you, that's so cool. Oh, and how you can
Hey, man, this
upgrade
game's
your
pretty good.
wolf.
This game's pretty good. This game's pretty good. We'll talk more about it in
Can
the
I
coming
ask
weeks.
you though, like, is it like,
yes.
is it like more like comfort food, or is this like, oh, this is just my game of the year?
Well, no. Listen, first of all,
I know you're early. I guess maybe.
right. I mean, there's a good chance this will end up in my top 10. Is it going to be my game of the year in a game with in a year with fucking Silksong and Kingdom Come Deliverance and Claire Obscure? Probably not. But it could be fated for my number 9 spot, Brad.
And Hades too.
And Hades.
This would
too.
never
Fuck!
be a number
Hades.
9 for you. This would be a number 7. Don't fuck around.
I hate you so much. But it could very well end up on my list. But yeah, I mean, I'm literally playing Silksong right now, which is just fucking.
Hey,
I'm bouncing between Silksong and Silent Hill F, which are both stressful for different reasons. So this is quite literally my comfort food at the moment. It brings me down after days of like beating my head against a wall in Silksong or freaking myself out in Silent Hill. It's like the thing that I come back to that like resets my nerves.
You know what
So I
game
like that.
could be on your top? Also, well, another game that could be on your top 10 list this year.
What's
Nick?
that?
Consume Me.
Yeah, it could be. That was good.
Yeah, tell me true.
I
true,
looked this up today. I had never heard of this game. Oh, you're going to tell me it was featured on Trailer Talk, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even going to tell you it was.
I know. I just told myself.
Our playlist would have ended with "Consume Me," but we stopped right before it.
Well, the good news is I have footage, so you can just watch my footage to know what Consume Me looks like, or the multiple times it's been featured on Trailer Talk. Did I freeze? Am I here? Hello?
You did.
You're
You're
good.
good.
You're good.
I can.
Okay. I've been playing some Consume Me. Are you winner of the Seamus McNally prize at the Independent Game Festival this year? And 5 other nominations, and actually it won 4 awards. This was the most nominated and the most awarded game at the IGF this year. Did you know that?
I did not.
Also, I found out that this is an autobiographical game about a young lady as she was a teenager and struggling with life and an eating disorder. I mean, but like this. So here's the thing. This is a very like funny. It's incredibly funny, incredibly charming. It is a WarioWare-esque like mini game, like life sim. That's incredibly well put together. And like it looks great, like amazing animations, and again, legitimately funny. I think one of the funnier games I've played in quite a while.
Brad's malfunction.
Yeah. No, I'm watching the
short-circuiting.
I'm watching the footage now, and I'm thinking. Well, there is no but. Like the game is great. I don't know. I have talked about this before. I'm trying to think. I played a demo of this earlier this year, and I'm trying to recall. Like, did I actually not talk about that on the podcast? I think I might not have because I was worried. I didn't want anybody to like pick this up in like Fantasy Critic or something. And maybe that's why I didn't talk about the demo. I probably just ran out of time. I don't think that hasn't stopped me in the past. Like I talked about Absolum, and I was really hoping nobody would pick that up. and no one did. Thankfully, got scored today. It's doing quite well. But yeah, Consume Me. So it's kind of structured like a like it's like Persona meets WarioWare, and I say Persona because it has like a very like timing it's a schedule based structure, and like you have a lot of like options as to what you want to do during that day, whether you want to spend some time studying, or spend some time walking the dog, or spend some time doing your chores, or of course spend some time working out, because every day you have like you have like a bite par that you're trying to be under, like you're trying to not consume too many calories because you're dieting, because that's just what she was doing in her life. uh this is Tim Rogers' wife. That's the thing that I learned the other day that like
Oh, really?
blew my mind. Yeah.
Cool.
I was like, Skylar, I think Skylar in chat said, yeah, I was watching Tim Rogers like stream, and he just mentioned like, oh yeah, my wife just won all the awards at the IGF, and that's how he found out that's who this was, which surprised the shit out of me. But yeah, struggling with the eating disorder. So, but like, here's the thing: the vibe of this game is so like colorful and funny, and but like, it's not hard to realize that like she obviously has a very toxic relationship with not just food, but like, you know, you have all these like checklists and stuff, and you're trying to like accomplish so many things, and since it's a Persona style thing, you only have so much time in a day to do these things. But it's like a meter management game. You have happiness, you have like your stomach meter, you have your energy meter, and you're balancing all this with various tasks. But you could also like, you also have money. That's one of your meters. You can spend your money buying a coffee, and that'll get you an extra pip of time for that day to complete one of those tasks, because you're trying to fill out these checklists, because there are fail states in this game. And I've sort of just encountered my first one playing this game recently, where I had a checklist of, I have to go on 3 dates with my boyfriend. I have to finish all of my summer reading. I have to, of course, stay below my calorie par each day. You are forced, to go through like the meal mini game at the start of every day, essentially, because that's just, those are your goals. And I got to the end of the week and I did not complete my goals, and it was like game over. Like you failed a fucking
You
your
failed at
time.
life.
No, like in Persona, you didn't complete like the dungeon in time or whatever, and it's like,
Yeah.
I had the choice of like restarting the week or like trying to restart the day. And like, it made my, and because I failed at my goals, all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I need to work out some more. I need to like buy coffee, instead of like, getting new outfits, because you get bonuses for like doing, good at the mini games. Instead of like new outfits, maybe I need to be thinking like of like different tasks I can do to like min max my, you know, this shit that I'm going through right now. Otherwise, I'm not going to like accomplish my goals. I will say like the mini games are actually like clever and funny. Like, this is the studying mini game where you're desperately trying to keep your vision on the book, and it's like straying around, and there's like bubbles of
Yeah.
like with like food and boys like flying in, and if your vision hits one of those, like it like stuns you and you can't like get that much studying in. But like,
We've all been there.
it's all light and breezy until you realize like, no, I actually have to accomplish this, and the only way I'm going to accomplish this is to like start like doing it, and like you, it's not like the message is obvious, but like the reason I think it works is because it's so like ingrained.
What's the message, Brad? What's the
in
message?
the message is not, I mean, it's like a coming of age story, and it's like, it's a point in her life where she wasn't making like very smart decisions, I guess, or wasn't making like great healthy decisions, and she ended up with a fucking eating disorder or whatever, right? Yeah. But like, since the systems and like your meters and like the mini games are so like you're achieving this feeling through like the gameplay, and it's not just like a story being told. Like, it's a well-made video game that's fun to play, and it's funny, and it's like, I am now stressed about every little thing I'm doing in the day. And like it's heartbreaking too, because it's like you have to, your boyfriend wants to go eat pizza, and it's like I think I have to tell him no, because that's going to put me way over my calorie intake for the day, and
Yeah.
I think I'm going to lose if I do that. But I also have to go on like so many dates, so like I think maybe I need to reload this week and like instead spend all of my time like working out. And literally you can spend your money on like health food at the store to make like as, and they're kind of like bonus like Tetris pieces for the
Oh,
food
yeah,
mini
yeah.
game. Because like what happens is you have food that goes on this Tetris mini game, and like the pieces become harder to fit together, right? And like the healthier food are like the smaller pieces that are easy to fit in, but then like a cookie will show up, and it's like, well, the only thing that's going to fit on my plate is this cookie. And sometimes your dog shows up and you can like give it to the dog as like a way to get another piece. But if you give like the wrong piece of food to the dog, all of a sudden you got a fucking cookie, and I'm like, well, I'm starving and my stomach meter's not very high. And I mean, it's kind of stressful. It's just stressful, even though
It
it's like
sounds
delightful
stressful.
and funny, but it's stressful. And it's like, I don't know. That's like everything about this game for me so far is working. And I think it's a gem. I think more people like, it's a shame that this game came out in the month that Silk Song and Hades 2 came out. And I know that's what every probably other indie game is dealing with right now, but like it sucks that this like award winning, like the competition at the IGF, like games like Balatro and UFO 50 and like all of those like incredibly highly rated like blueprints, like these were the games that were also nominated with this game, and it cleaned up at the IGF. So to see
Damn.
like this game being like so ignored right now, because I mean, usually I'm all doom and gloom, like, oh, like I was with Q Games earlier doing trailer talk, or the fucking state of indie games. But like it's an understatement this month. It's like not even, it was unfair, comically so. Of course every indie game was going to get buried, but it's a shame because this one is like, I mean, it's wonderful. It's delightful. It's in my Steam library. Y'all should play it. It's really good.
Maybe it'll pick up some steam as
It
we get
Uh-huh.
further away from some of these
I
like
think
major
you
releases.
get into like award season and stuff. Like I think this game isn't going to be ignored all year long or anything. I think eventually people are going to get done with these like must play, like best game of all time indie game drops that just happened. And people are going to get around to it, and I hope they do, because it's like super cool. And like I can't stress enough, like all like the music's amazing. Visually, I think this game is like really, really captures the look. There are like little like story vignettes that are like really clever, like visually, but also like the way you interact with them. Like on your first day, like you wake up, you have to like hit the button to like turn off your phone. You have to like drag the covers down, and there's like this whole like montage of like getting up through like mini games. But like later on in the game, at the beginning, it just like speeds all of that up. You're still going through all the steps, but it just like hyper fast forwards through it. Like there's a lot of really cool visual things that this game is doing with the art and animations that I can't stress enough. Y'all should check out. There is a demo for this game. I think maybe it's not available.
We are in the
now,
midst
actually.
of. I mean, we are in the midst of. What's it called?
I have this like a 1 in 10 chance to convince my mother that I did my fucking summer reading, and I just landed on the one spot just from like this fucking Wheel of Fortune mini game, and all of a sudden, well, I guess I don't get to go out tonight because I didn't convince my mom. It's such bullshit. So out of spite, I did goof off. Like I don't know if you could see this option. Like you could literally, instead of studying, choose an option that says goof off, and you don't get any of your like, you don't get any
Hell yeah.
benefit from it, and you waste your time thing. And I'm just staring at this and I'm like, you know what? Fuck my mom. And I picked goof off. And it didn't even benefit me. I was just pissed at my mom. And it's
Game
funny
of the
because
year.
like they do a lot of visual gags. Like that visual gag is like literally you hit the button to like raise your phone, and I'm like, what's happening? And I lowered it down, and like the clock behind her just went like from like, like hours passed because I don't know, she was on TikTok or
Like-
whatever, and that's fucking what happens. Like you just lose time.
We've all been
Also,
there too. Am
Also,
I right?
I fucking hate my boyfriend in this game. I don't know what's gonna happen, but
You should dump him. Can you do that?
well,
Do
no,
it.
I don't think so. I think I'll lose the game. This is autobiographical. I don't think I could just choose who I want to be in a relationship with.
That's fair. That's fair.
But whatever. It's cool. It's called Consume Me. Play it, try it. It's super neat.
Cool.
Wait, watch. I'm about to wake up. Oh, whoa. You choose your outfit? Like, whatever. Just fucking move on. Assholes.
What do you want me to say? I'm
You're
looking
talking
at the footage. You told me to look. I'm looking.
Yeah,
the footage?
fucking Yotei. It's out the fucking wind and fuck you. Bitch, have you even played Wind Waker, Chris Davis? Have you even played
I don't
Wind Waker?
even know why you're so upset
I want to
right
know.
now.
This motherfucker says it's like Wind Waker, and classic Chris Davis, I bet this motherfucker's never played Wind Waker.
Fuck you, I have.
Okay. I was just sure.
To
I mean, there's a lot
completion.
of like... Okay.
I even
I own
tolerated
it.
that fucking stupid Triforce fishing thing you had to do at the very end.
That's
I
why you
know
play
a-
the Wii U version now. If you have
It
a
is a lot
choice.
better in the remaster that they did.
Well, I did
Which
not
is
have access
still
to that.
trapped on that godforsaken system.
Is it? I still
Yeah.
got my Wii U. That's cool.
I mean, I have my
I
Wii U
should-
too. Do you know why I kept my Wii U? Because that's the only way I'm ever going to be able to play Wind Waker HD on it. God damn. Anyways,
you emulate it.
At least Prince of the Universe is playing it. What you think, Prince?
wait, what?
He's playing Consume Me, I think.
Are you,
Unless
no, he's
that
playing
message
Yotei.
was from like 8 years ago.
He's talking about Yotei. He's literally playing Yotei right now.
That's just an old chat. Didn't they used to have like the times on there? You could see when do they auto turn that off for people with
No,
slow
I can see
chats
it.
so they're
I
not
can see it
sad?
just fine.
You can see the time. Why can't I see the time?
Well,
'Cause
like
you're-
a
setting?
Get good, buddy.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Maybe it's a setting I turned off for like, so I stopped taking psych damage during a stream.
Yeah.
Prince of the Universe, maybe you should play Consume Me because you play everything. You guys
He
fucking
does.
suck.
He does.
Ghost of Yotei. Everyone's
Dude, I
playing that
don't
shit
know.
right now.
You are getting unnecessarily defensive.
Well, no, now
about
it's
something
Battlefield.
that-
I'm saying like we went from Silksong to Hades to Yotei to Battlefield. Like no one is going to like play any of these smaller games, and it's sad.
But you say that like
Like all you watch is Marvel movies. No, that's not what I'm implying. I'm just saying it's unfair for the tiny games right now, more
It
so
is
than
unfair.
it usually is.
It is 100% unfair, but you're taking that out on us for some reason. That's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
mean, taking it out
come
on you're
on.
part of the world, right? I'm taking it out on everybody, so don't take it personally. You all suck. But
Says the
you
guy
don't
who's-
suck. Y'all don't.
says
actually
the guy who has finished Silksong, and I don't know, maybe finished Hades 2. I don't know.
suck. Well, I mean, I finished runs in Hades, but like it's definitely more complicated getting the true ending versus just beating Hades 10 times, like in the last game. But yeah, I also been playing a
Anyways.
lot of FFT.
You know what? Consume Me looks pretty cool. I apologize if I'm not going to be able to find time to play it at the moment, but it does look neat. You son of a bitch.
It's
All right.
It's only those
And I-
words. See, like Chris Davis is like, yeah, well, whatever. Clearly, I'm never going to play that, and I respect it, man. I respect the look in his eyes. That's the thing.
But you don't respect the look in my eyes.
yeah, because you want to spin me a fib, you know.
I'm
Yeah,
not
look at her. Mike.
I didn't
It
say.
looks
Hey,
interesting.
I didn't.
And I don't know. Crispy's probably playing Magic the Gathering or something. I don't even know what's going on with him.
I'm playing Hades 1.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck
You
you, too.
bitch.
I have the Tactics remaster installed on my PS5 in there.
Bitch, I'm talking about Consume Me.
Why
Oh.
didn't you buy it on Steam, you son of a bitch?
I did. I fucking
No,
did.
not you. I don't care about that. I'm talking about Chris Davis. Why did nobody buy Final Fantasy Tactics on Steam?
We've moved on from tactics. I don't actually
Ye-
care. That's the thing. I'm not like trying to convince people to play FFT anymore.
You're
It's
acting like you care.
no,
You're acting like you care.
FFT is fine. You know, like y'all aren't going to be the difference between whether we get a FF Tactics 2 or not. You know, it's like
We did get a Final Fantasy Tactics 2.
Okay, I'll literally kill you. Shut the fuck up. There's not been a Final Fantasy Tactics 2. Don't say that.
But the snowball fight.
There was Advance, yeah.
That's not.
All
that's
right,
not what
guys,
that is.
let's take this bitch home. It's time to wrap up with the 4-player minute. Deliver our final thoughts for the night. Brad,
I don't have a final thought. My final thought is you know, maybe look into that Absalom game if you're not gonna play Consume Me, because there's other cool stuff. I do feel bad. Like that is a game that legitimately inspired by Hades. It's the like Hades inspired beat 'em up roguelike. For it to have Hades 2 dumped on it is so unfortunate.
unfair.
I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine, right? Like more so than like Consume Me or anything. You know, there are multi-thousands of people playing it right now, but like it does feel bad because like all of the people playing Hades 2 right now would have probably have loved to have tried that game, but they're still playing Hades 2. Let me tell you, it is easy to lose time playing Hades 2. It is so hard when you finish a run not to immediately want to go out again because I'm sure you've unlocked something good, right? Or you've we talked about Hades 2 last week. It's really good, obviously. It's really addictive.
Obviously, yes.
Like I don't think this has ever happened in such a way before where I have so many games that I'm enjoying so much playing right now but between my Steam Deck and my Switch 2 that I'll just turn it on. I don't even know which game it is, but I'll be like, I think I'm going to play some Hades 2. And I turn it on and I'm like, oh, Tactics is on. And then I'll like play that instead. Like, you know, for my, you know, like my entire time, my intention was to play Hades 2. And it's like, oh, well, this game's amazing. So I just like play this like for like a couple hours, right? Or like the opposite. We're like, oh, I want to get back into Final Fantasy Tactics. And I'll be like, oh, I forgot Hades was on. And then I'm just like playing that. Like I'm literally just like, the stuff I'm surrounded by is so good that if it just enters my view, I'll just be like sucked into it. Like I'm not even thinking about it. Like I have no plan. I'm just like, oh, this is what's on the screen. Let's fucking go. I mean, I'm like that with like Slay the Spire as well, but you know,
It speaks volumes about
the
this
quality
year.
of this year.
It's
This
insane.
year, I think, in my opinion, for my tastes,
Might be
Mogs
goated.
2023. I think 2023 is famously overrated. Baldur's Gate was great. Tears of the Kingdom was great. Let's not get crazy. But yeah, that's it. That's my final thought.
Thank you. Crispy, what are your final thoughts for the
Oh, Mina
for
the
week?
Hollower got delayed
God
too.
damn
Fuck
it. We were
everything,
so
man.
close.
And I'm not just talking about my fantasy league and on the Fantasy Critic Discord, which really wanted Mina the Hollower to come out. Let me tell you, I can't replace it. But that was also one of my most anticipated games.
It only got pushed a short amount of time, though. It's still coming out this year, right?
Let me
thought
tell
it-
you, we've been talking about it over in that Fantasy Critic Discord. They were very vague about what the fuck that means. Also, a lot of receipts in the past. Yacht Club, famous for delays. Not even that. Receipts of like, oh, it's only going to be a few weeks, and boom, it's actually a few months. Them literally saying a few weeks becoming a few months. So like they said, well, it's not going to take like it's not a long delay. Jason Schreier wrote an article for Bloomberg about Hades. I mean, about Mina the Hollower
Mina the Hollower,
talking to Yacht Club and whatnot. And out of that article, they said it's not going to be, what is the line? Not going to be more than a few months. Or which people are like trying to like figure out what that means. And technically it does mean that it could be less than a few months, but you don't really use that turn of phrase if you don't mean also
They gave themselves some wiggle room.
a few months. To me, I'll tell you what, like this
It's very
smells like
non-committal.
it smells like a late January release, maybe like first week of February. But I just literally what I'm smelling with this one. There's no way it comes out this year. It was slated to come out October 31st. You don't do a delay into like the holiday season and actually like if your goal is breathing room, you don't crunch through the holidays, right? Like there's no way. It's going to be like January. So
You're probably right.
it sucks.
All right.
But yeah.
For real this time. Crispy, final thoughts.
I've been playing Hades 1, and
Yeah.
I realized that I hadn't played as much of that as I thought I had. And I'm kind of like, I feel like I like maxed out the mirror and everything and was like, I don't know how much more room I have. And then I just started discovering all these new mechanics and started using Titan blood and stuff and realized, oh yeah, I haven't really even started the game. So it's going to be a long time until I get to Hades 2.
But are you enjoying yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of fun. It's sick. It's really good.
Sweet.
Of course, but you don't need me to tell you that. Everyone knows Hades is good.
Tis
but
true, tis true.
Now I agree. And what else? Oh my god. I'll tell you this. I had blood drawn yesterday. Went to the doctor, got some blood tests. And you know, they do that thing where they put the needle in your arm and then they have the tubes and they fill the tubes up, right?
Yep,
So the
that's how that
lady's
works.
filling up the tube. She pops it out. She pops the second tube in. My blood isn't coming right away. Like, we're kind of waiting for it to fill up. And then I start thinking, like, oh, they tell you you're supposed to, like, eat before you come through this,
Oh,
right?
no.
And then I was like, oh, no. And she's like, before we started, she was like, you're good with getting your blood drawn, right? And I'm like, yeah, totally. She's like, you've never passed out or anything. And I'm like, I've never passed out when I've had my blood drawn. And I was like, but who knows? Maybe I'll find something different. Maybe I'll learn something new about myself today. When the second tube started going and I was like, oh, I should have eaten something. That's when I like felt my temperature dropping and I felt it going and I was like, oh wow, you really miss that blood once it's gone. And the next thing I know, I feel like I slept for 1,000 years. And then like I woke up, she's like in my face, like, sir, are you okay? Sir, are you okay? And I like do this, and I know I don't know how I know, but I know I can feel it that I gave her the most like frightened look I've ever given another human being in my life. like
No.
absolute horror, and it took me a good minute to really like even remember that I was in a doctor's office or what had happened or why I was asleep. And then I was like, I fell asleep? They're gonna think I'm on drugs or something. What the fuck? Like and yeah, I don't know. I think my life flashed before my eyes. I think I like went somewhere and then
Maybe-
came home.
Damn.
Like,
Maybe you
it
saw heaven, and now you can
it
tell the
was
story.
crazy. It was crazy.
That's
I've
bananas.
Only,
You know,
I've
technically,
only
you don't.
fainted like that twice in my life.
Damn, I've never fainted like that once in my life. You know, I'm trying to think. Like, you're talking about that, and I'm like, so my wife and I occasionally go and donate blood. And we specifically time it so that we go at like 11:30 or noon, and then as soon as we're done, we walk across the parking lot and eat tacos. So like we don't eat before.
But did you eat breakfast that day?
Probably, but we also just chug lots of water. I think, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I didn't really do that. I slept for like 4 or 5 hours. Woke up, was running late, drove straight there, and then they started drawing my blood. So, I mean, I absolutely set myself up for failure. But yeah, that was a real moment. Like, that's the closest thing. That's the closest feeling to dying I've ever experienced. It's like, oh, that's what it's like to bleed out. Like, that's crazy.
Jesus. Well, I'm glad you're okay. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah, I mean, whatever. But like, yeah, it was
Next time, have a Satsuma before you go. Bro.
Yeah. I learned a lesson.
Damn. Chris Davis, what you
Hi.
got for us?
Probably food
you top-
poisoning was.
Can you
Food poisoning is
top
probably
it?
the closest I've ever felt to dying. Probably not fainting, but
Are you asking me if
I
I
almost
can
passed
complete this
out.
in less than a minute?
I almost passed out
No.
of heat exhaustion at a concert once,
Oh,
and I had to crowd surf out of the crowd to get water.
take
yeah,
this man to the water.
That was the closest. I was literally starting to feel like I was losing consciousness, and I paid like $15 for a huge bottle of water and just chugged the whole thing. Yeah, that might be the closest I've come.
Crazy.
Sorry, Chris Davis, what's the closest you've come to die?
Oh,
I'm just kidding. You don't have to tell that story if you don't want to. You can just give us your final thoughts if you'd like.
I was nearly mauled to death by a dog once.
Holy shit! That's
pissed off
No.
dog.
I was like 8 or 9 years old. I was walking over to a friend's house who was a couple blocks away, and there was this dog that clearly had mange that started growling at me.
Oh, mange.
And there were no adults around, so I froze up, and luckily the thing just walked away. But yeah,
What?
I realized
You didn't even get attacked.
I got
I thought the
really.
dog at least attacked you.
The thing got within 4 feet of me and was growling, and I think it was foaming at the mouth, buddy. I got really
a growling
close.
dog was not the closest you were to death.
Okay,
My whole
a month
life
and a
flashed
half ago,
before
I
my
nearly
The thing
walked
had
on a
your neck or
rattlesnake.
something.
I nearly walked on a
Okay,
rattlesnake.
well that's closer than a growling
That's
dog.
pretty good.
I mean,
Yeah,
at least
that's-
you could die from a rattlesnake bite, maybe.
well, you could die from a.
Yeah, but the dog was growling. A lot of dogs growl.
Yeah, especially when they're rabid and they are not in their right mind.
You
Yeah.
don't know that dog was rabid.
Hey, real
I
quick,
have
you
an
will
8-year-old, and he's stupid. Okay, you were probably stupid.
We're all stupid when we're at that age.
Yes.
I believe
As-
that's the point.
As far as my 4-player minute, I'm splitting in half. First off, in the latest in my series of So You're Telling Me There's a Chance, Machine Games has posted a social media thing today, 15th anniversary of their studio, which has cover images for the 5 games that they developed since their thing, and there's a 6th box with a question mark on it. All the other games other than Indiana Jones are Wolfenstein
Or
games.
Wolfenstein.
I'm like,
Don't
Jesus
you know
Christ.
Machine Games was canceled, Chris Davis?
Brad, shut up. Go away. I need to defeat Mecha Hitler. I need that before I die. Okay?
That's just not cool anymore, man. It's just not cool anymore.
Hating
Didn't
on
Ubisoft
Nazis is not
cancel-
cool anymore?
Didn't Ubisoft cancel their Reconstruction era Assassin's Creed game? Was that was in the news, right? I didn't.
Yeah,
was
that
in
was
the news
Ubisoft,
this
and that
week,
was
yeah.
absurd.
They had like a post-Civil War.
Yeah, about
They
hunting
lost
down Ku
their
Klux Klan
nerve.
members. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What the
Man, I
fuck's
would
going
have been
on?
all over that.
In much happier than that news, season 2 of Trigun just got its first trailer today, and
fuck are you talking-
Meryl and
What?
Millie are in it, and that is
Whoa.
such a delightful
Wait,
thing to see.
Trigun?
Were they-
Season
were
2
they
of
not-
Trigun?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a remake of
Like a
Trigun.
30
Were they not
year old
in the first remake?
Fucking show.
No, Meryl and Millie were
they
not
did a
in the
remake
first
like
season.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wait, is it live action?
No, it's
No.
it's a CG anime thing. It actually looks really good.
Wait. It's
Oh.
a remake of Trigun, and this is a season.
It's like a
season.
re-adaptation of it.
It's an adaptation of the original novel series, the mangas. So
So it's like a
more-
different show. It's not like a fucking Trigun Kai or whatever.
No.
Like it's a new show, a new
It's a new
anime.
show.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
season 2 to a new show.
Okay,
If you-
I thought you were saying there's like more Trigun.
Well, like the original
90s
anime, like
Trigun?
that's
Yeah,
done.
like 90s Trigun.
yeah, like that did get a sequel movie like 15 years later, but no. No, I just posted the trailer the poster art in chat, and
Is this supposed to be good?
yeah, it's supposed to be really good. I
Interesting.
need to.
I didn't even know this
This
existed.
is kind of look like Trigun. I mean, not the same, but
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Wolfwood
there's-
looks like Wolfwood. Millie looks like Millie, except for the coat. So, anyway, I'm very excited that comes out in January. So, I need to get caught up on season 1 so I can watch season 2. That's it for me.
Cool. My 4-player minute, I'll keep it brief. It's just I'm kind of all over the place this month. Just in terms of like
you mean this year, dude? This has been your vibe all year.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm just saying October's pretty crazy. Like I'm playing a lot of exciting games. Like I'm coming up on the end of I'm hopefully going to finish Act 3 of Silksong this weekend, but I'm not holding my breath. We'll see how hard that wall is that's inevitably coming. But it feels crazy. Like, I'm playing a new Silent Hill game, which still feels really, really crazy to me. And I'm enjoying it a lot. And I'm hoping I can kind of refocus on that once Silksong is donezo. But I'm getting in spooky season mode. I'm watching a lot of horror movies. I went to the Scream movie party and just remembered how much I fucking love that series, especially that first movie. Had a great time. Jamming to the new Taylor album. Dexter season 2 was announced just yesterday.
What is that even
or
mean?
Made official.
Season 2?
It was greenlit. It was officially greenlit, which we knew was probably coming, but they waited. It was like 35 days after the finale aired for them to confirm it. But it is official. It is coming, and that is super exciting.
Can they not find a way to bring back Dokes?
I mean, you mean like to
Dokes.
life? To life?
I mean, whatever, dude. Just make some shit up. That show can get silly.
Dude, they were going to feature a young version of Dokes in Original Sin.
No.
And that is not happening anymore.
I want that Dokes. I want Dokes.
I mean, sure. I mean, there was a Dokes cameo in the first season. It was brief, but
that's not
he was
even a cameo, dude.
Sure it was. But man, I'm excited. I'm living my best life. There's lots of things to be excited about right now, and I'm hoping I can successfully watch. I think I'm going to watch the original Psycho tomorrow for the first time.
Okay.
From start to finish.
I have a feeling you're not going to be too impressed by Psycho.
I didn't say I'm gonna. I didn't necessarily. I'm not. Look, I'm not expecting it to like. I'm expecting to be like impressed just as from like a filmmaking perspective. I don't expect it's going to shock me. So I did watch the first couple episodes of that Ed Gein show on Netflix.
Oh, I heard that's no good.
I mean, it's not my favorite so far.
Well, watch Chainsaw Massacre, man.
But like what's interesting about that is that they recontextualized the story of Ed Gein and framed the whole series kind of around the impact he had on like horror, like the horror genre, and like how he influenced the making of Psycho and like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and stuff. And like, I'm sure this must have been played up a bit, but like it got me thinking about Psycho even more because like they actually show the first screening of Psycho like in a theater for a public audience in that show, and it's like people, like women going into labor and people throwing up in the aisles and running out of the theater and stuff. And I was like, that's got to be exaggerated, right? That can't be like, it wasn't that shocking.
It's an old movie, Nick.
But it was in the 19. Yeah, it was a very old movie. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it for the first time. All the way through. I have seen the shower scene because I did take a film history class in college where we did watch that. But I haven't seen anything outside of that. So I'm looking forward to.
That's not true. You've probably seen the final scene of that movie.
It's kind of funny that they did the shower scene for a film history class instead of just watching the whole movie.
I don't remember. I mean, I don't think there.
You didn't watch any whole movies in that class?
I don't think so.
Dude, that's crazy. That's
weird. I could be wrong. It's been a long time.
It's an intro level course, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like I wasn't like majoring in the subject or anything. It was probably like intro to film history or something. I don't know. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. It's a crazy time. What a time to be alive. Yeah. Fucking all kinds of shit to be excited about. So, anyways, again, guys, apologies for the late recording this week. It's just been kind of hard to schedule, and but for those of y'all who turned up on a Friday night to listen to us, talk about video games again, we appreciate it. We'll be back next week to talk about more video games and hopefully more spooky stuff. And yeah. You can find all of our podcasts on your preferred podcast service or on 4playernetwork.com. We hope you'll join us in Discord at discord.gg/4player. And yeah, stay tuned. We'll let everybody know when we're recording next week. I could be wrong. Crispy, maybe we might be talking there. We might be needing to like rediscuss our recording schedule in the future, possibly.
Yeah, we probably have about 2 more weeks before that becomes a thing.
Okay. All right. So our podcast night might shift again in the not too distant future, but we'll let everybody know. We'll have those conversations and keep y'all posted. And if you want to stay on top of it, of course, again, Discord's the most important place to be. But in the meantime, guys, until we see you again, be good to each other, play video games, and good night.